In the studio right now, it's the head coach of Crusaders baseball over at Holy Cross, Ed Kahovec. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thanks for having me, Mike. This is awesome.
Holy Cross has been doing great with their sports program. We had, the hockey team, doing great. And now the baseball team, you guys are playing Army this weekend. And if you win this, when you win this, you'll go on to the NCAA tournament, right? These are big games.
That's right, yeah. So this is the Patriot League Conference Championship, best of 3 series. We're playing Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday, if necessary, should the game go 3. So 1 o'clock Saturday, 1 o'clock Sunday, and then 6 p.m. on Monday. Army's a tough team, and our guys, we are the regular season Patriot League champions,
That's right.
which has given us the opportunity to host this weekend, which is
Nice.
big, having that home field advantage.
That's nice. And so you're playing the guys in Army. What are the challenges you're looking at there?
They are the defending champs. They've won 6 consecutive Patriot League championships. So they've been the team to beat. They are the team to beat. We've had a really nice season, finishing number 1. But, I think that the top 2 teams in the Patriot League are battling it out. And Army is a really disciplined team. They're a really tough team. We took 3 out of 5 from them this year, so went 3-2. But they've been a challenge the last 6+ years, and this weekend will be no different.
So the great story with this team, or one of the great stories with your team, is that at one point you had the youngest team in the country.
We did, yeah. So for back-to-back years in terms of plate appearances by true freshmen, we had the youngest team in America in 2022 and 2023. All of those guys are now juniors and seniors in our program. So those guys have been with us, and obviously, as with a really young team 2-3 years ago, we took some lumps, but they stayed true to the process. They stuck with it, and their development has just flourished. So I'm really excited for those guys who have been with us and seen it all the way through since their freshman year, getting a ton of playing time. Where in 2022 we were starting 7 freshmen every day. Fast forward to 2025, we're starting 5-6 seniors every single day. So it's been a true 4-year development process, and I'm just extremely excited for our guys and the success we've had this year.
And that must be an ideal situation for a college coach, really, to maintain a team that can really gel, that has played together for 4 years.
It is, and I think it's a big reason for our success. As many people are aware, the transfer portal and NIL and guys transferring all over the country, going to 3 or 4 different schools. I still am a little bit old school, if you will, that I believe in that 4-year model, and it was the spirit of what college athletics is and was supposed to be about. So I'm so thankful to be at a place like Holy Cross that embodies that 4-year experience and that 4-year model. And we attract student athletes from all over the country who have those same values and understand it's not a transactional deal where, hey, here for 1 year, there the next, boom, boom, boom. They're looking for a transformational experience, and that's what Holy Cross as a college can offer, but that's what our athletic department and certainly our baseball program can offer, and we track student athletes that are looking for that as well.
You've done some playing the college level. You played with Rochester's your alma mater?
Yes, University of Rochester in New York. Yep, Division III school. I had a tremendous experience there. I loved my time there for sure.
And I was reading you played baseball in Germany.
I did.
What is that like?
Yeah, so when I arrived over there, I'll tell you, I wanted to play professionally. I was not good enough to play affiliated baseball here and get into the minors and major leagues, but I wasn't ready to hang them up. So I reached out to every, GM and team president I could find internationally, and I got a few areas of interest. And one team that reached out was the Erbach Grasshoppers, which is about an hour south of Frankfurt. They say in the bushes of Germany, and it was the quintessential German experience. I mean, no one spoke English. I had no German experience whatsoever. So really threw myself in their culture for 5 months, and it was an incredible experience where on one day you might be playing in something that would be similar to our facility at Holy Cross, a wonderful facility. The next day, you might find a converted, modified soccer field that is now a baseball field.
Right.
So it was the best of both worlds in terms of getting that kind of pro experience, but then the next day playing on facilities that wouldn't even stand its ground in Central Mass JV. So
wow,
it was pretty cool, but what an incredible experience. When I arrived, I asked our teammates, how popular is baseball here? And they said, well, it's probably ranked like 46th or 47th in the most popular sport in Germany. I don't know if that's actually quantifiable, but
there's that many sports. Like, what's ahead of that? Bobsledding,
handball's pretty big. Obviously, soccer, but they're like handball. So we would get 6 or 7 fans a game. That was about it.
Wow!
But it's grown a lot in the last 15 years since I've been there. But it was certainly a unique and incredible experience.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, Ed Kahovec, am I saying that right?
Kahovec.
I keep getting that wrong.
It's all
Sorry,
good.
man. Ed Kahovec, he's the head coach, Holy Cross Crusaders baseball. The games this weekend against Army, Saturday and Sunday.
Yes, 1 o'clock, free admission.
Free admission.
Come on out, support our guys.
And they're playing, they are the Patriot League champions, and you're playing the team that was the Patriot League champions for the past
6
few
straight.
years.
That's
so
right.
they got a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah.
Plus, they're a tough team, you were saying. So it's going to be some quality baseball.
It'll be a battle.
Field.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, our team, it's an exciting brand of baseball that we play. We got guys with a team speed. We got power.
Mm-hmm.
We have a dynamic team that can be successful in more ways than one. So if you want to watch really high-quality Division I baseball and an exciting brand of baseball with high intensity, guys who,
they really want it.
They want it. Our guys bleed purple. The guys over at Army.
$1 million contracts, nothing like that. They want it for the win.
They play for each other. It's as resilient, a relentless, and as selfless a team I've coached in my 16 years of college baseball. And it's a special team. And when we won last weekend, I was grateful that I had another week with them. And I really hope we take care of business this weekend because it guarantees at least 2 more weeks with them.
Right.
So it's just been an incredible group and 8 seniors that deserve all the accolades that they've received. We've received 8 all-conference selections, which is the most in school history. So
nice.
We have a really strong team this year.
Great. And one final question, as a man of baseball, we've been talking about this morning. So the commissioner of Major League Baseball reinstated Pete Rose.
Yes.
He was banned from baseball for gambling, especially gambling on his own team while he was a player and a manager. What do you think of that decision? Just to preface, our news guy, Adam, totally agrees with it. He thinks because his achievements hold up no matter what he did. And I agree. His achievements are undeniable. But at the same time, he did gamble on his own team. So I'm thinking 2 things. One, they should have just followed through and kept him banned. And 2, really, you waited till after he died? That's horrible.
Yeah, that's tough. I concur with the decision. I think it's his accolades should be warranted. Now, part of one thing that there are 2 separate entities here. Where yes, his lifetime ban has been lifted from Major League Baseball. The Hall of Fame is a separate entity, so it's their decision if they want to let him in or not. I imagine that they will run. There'll be some vertical alignment there, but Major League Baseball has said, the Hall of Fame, that's up to them. Like the Major League Baseball ban, however, has been lifted. His accolades and what he's done is undeniable. There have been a lot of cheaters in baseball, many of whom are in the Hall of Fame, many of whom are and have never been caught.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. That's me saying that. I have nothing to do with any baseball team or organization ever. I'm not speaking for Holy Cross.
The unfortunate part of it is, while I do believe he should, the ban, certainly from the Hall of Fame, I believe, he should be eligible for that. He couldn't stay out of his own way. There was the famous story where he, in the early 2000s, met with Bud Selig, and he said, hey, if you just can stay out of casinos and, admit you bet on baseball, like, we're good. And then he literally walked across the street from that meeting straight into a casino. So, gambling is a tough thing.
Right.
It gets a grip on people.
Yeah.
So I absolutely think he should be in there. I also think he had opportunities to, right the ship and didn't. But I think that ultimately it's a shame that it came after he's passed away. But, I know he didn't want it that way. He's, admittedly said that, as I heard earlier on your show. That played that clip. But, at the same time, I do think that it provides a celebration for his family, and there's some sense of closure for baseball fans all over the world. So I hope that it ends up being a real positive thing, and that someday we can look back and really truly celebrate his wonderful career.
Yeah, thanks a lot for coming in this morning. Appreciate it. So the games are Saturday, Sunday. Crusaders taking on Army. Go Crusaders! Free admission, folks. You want to see some quality baseball. And it's at Fitton Field, which is a beautiful facility. The Bravehearts play there, if you don't know that. Great place to see a game. So thank you very much for coming in this morning. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Mike. This is great.
Find out where to go